Hey, what's up everyone? Ryan here, and it is time for my beginner's guide on golf club progression, golf club fittings, and golf bag customization in PGA Tour 2K25. This is episode 2 of my full ultimate beginner's guide for this game, and hope you all got a lot of enjoyment and learned a lot out of the first episode in this series. If you missed it, I went over the entire My Player progression system, including archetype, attributes, skills, and a lot more along the way. So if you missed that episode, I will link the full playlist to my Ultimate Beginner's Guide series in the video description below, and all my other gameplay tutorial videos and gameplay videos, including a full career mode series, course showcases, and much more. The next episode in this series, episode 3, will be focused on you improving with the new Evo swing mechanics, going over the new Evo swing, and also going over shot shaping. And then episode 4 will be on putting, so stay tuned for all of those. They might all already be live by the time you're watching this, along with many other tutorial videos. And if you all get some enjoyment out of this video today and find something helpful, be sure to drop a like. It really helps. Subscribe for more and enjoy. Okay, so now you know how to spin your attributes and you know how player progression works. You know what skills to focus on early. What about your golf bag? So when you go into the golf bag menu, you can fully customize the brand, the cosmetic of your club, and also replace clubs that you don't want in your bag to create the loadout you want. You also have access to 4 golf bags as you level up your character. If you hit RB or R1, you can see the different golf bags, level 10 for 2, level 20 for 3, and level 40 for 4. As you can see, I just created this new My Player for demonstration purposes. Okay, so real quick, before I go in depth to the golf club customization system and upgrade system, there are 3 primary things you can do on this screen. When you select a club, such as this driver, whenever you hit change driver or change hybrid or change iron or change wedge, that is going to change the brand of the club. Now, it does more than change the brand, but more on that later. Now, the second option you could do when you click on a club is replace club. So this is how you actually customize your golf bag. And say I wanted to remove a 3-wood and put in a 2-iron, you could do that by replacing the club. And then the last thing you could do, you can upgrade the set of clubs and apply club fittings. To do that, you hit X on the Xbox controller, square on the PlayStation controller, and those are the 3 primary things you could do in this menu. Let's go more in depth now. Now, the club fitting system has been completely changed. I'll show you all how to change out your clubs here in a second, but I just want to provide an overview of the new system. Every club type has 5 club fitting spots. You have different club types. In the last game, you could fully customize each iron separately, each 3 hybrid separately, each wedge separately. To now, they're upgraded as a set. And what I mean by that, when I add a fitting to the hybrid, the 3 hybrid specifically, it's going to add that fitting to my 3 hybrid and 5 hybrid. You cannot customize each club individually anymore. You customize the set. Same thing with irons. I add a fitting to the 5-iron, it's going to be on all my irons, even the 9-iron. Same thing for wedges and for the putter. So keep that in mind. You cannot fully customize each and every club separately like you could in the last game. So the way fittings work, you have 5 fitting slots. When you put in a club fitting, named for the stat that it boosts, such as this rhythm club fitting, it is going to boost that attribute by 2 when you first start out with that club. That's a level 1 golf club. Now, every time you play a golf round in this game, there's some quests that increase club experience as well. But every time you play, you're going to gain experience after the round for each and every club, and you'll see that at the end of every round. It is a grind. I'm just going to be honest with you all. It is a grind to level up your clubs. And one thing that's huge now is it's free to apply these, but once you apply a fitting, it is gone. It is consumed to that club type. So that means once I apply this rhythm club fitting to a driver, or if I applied it to a hybrid, it is gone on that club. So if you replace it, it does not go back into your loadout. You just replace it with another fitting. Now, fittings can be earned through quest, and you could buy them in the shop. It's 125 VC to buy them in the shop. And remember, each 18-hole round you play, you get 126. So now, That means about 5 rounds to when you get a club to level 5 to fully put the max number of club fittings. Now, I'd mentioned the experience, and you level up your clubs. You can level them up from level 1 to level 5, but each brand of the club that you're using has a level. You can see it right above that fitting there. You see it says core? That means it's a core rarity club. When you upgrade it to, when you get your fittings upgraded to level 5, you have 5 fittings on there. You will then spend what's called an Evo tool. An Evo tool will allow you to level up the club at an expense. Any fittings you have applied to the club will be destroyed. So, when you're early game leveling up, I would not put any club fittings here. I would save the fittings up. I would save the fittings up until you evolution your club 2 times. And then I would start spinning those fittings. Each time you evolutionize your club, it will boost the number of stat boost on each fitting slot. So if I level this up, it would be +4 next. And then when I level it up again, it would be +6. Now, they're going to add like more levels and club upgrades in the future, I believe. So there will be like a limited max level, but it will change over time. So the question will become is what happens when you get like a +15 club or +16 if we get to that case. Now, I do want to point out, you can boost all the same stat. You could have 5 power fittings in here if you wanted to. Yeah, and it's just as simple as hitting A to apply it, and then to remove it, hitting A again. I don't want to lose my fittings that this player has right now. I've already used them on my main player, and I don't want to lose anymore. But yeah, you hit A to apply it, and then you use right stick to move around to the different areas. And you also see it says cost 1 gold coin with 3 arrows pointing up. That's level up tokens. You can spend level up tokens, you can buy them in the store, you can earn them through quest, and it'll allow you to instantly level up a club, which is very important if you're switching brands. So that's the new club fitting system. Gone are the rarities. It's simplified the club fittings. Now, do not just spin these club fittings at will, because it's not like they're handed out like candy. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. I've played the game quite a bit, and I spent fittings, and I still don't have a lot of fittings, and all my VC is going to level up my player. So do not just waste these. If you're going to level up your player, level up the club a couple times, like twice. Earn a couple Evo tools, buy them in the shop, or earn them through quest. Look through the quest menu. That's where you can find the quest specifically for an Evo tool, but don't waste them. Trust me, do not waste them. I'm saying this from personal experience. So now, how do you change your golf bag, right? When you click on a club, there's a 5 wood here by default as a technician. I remove the 5 wood, but when you click on a club, you see change hybrid or replace club. Replace club allows you to fully customize your golf bag. So they added 2 irons back for those that love 2 irons. Now, I like to replace the 5 wood it has for default with the 3 hybrid. I like the 3 hybrid over the 2 iron because the 3 hybrid is much more forgiving from the sand and rough, and I find myself in the sand and rough all day, every day in this game. And you can see they added 7 wood back as well. Now, here's the thing I have to point out here. This is the big downside of this system with the grind. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it a downside, or for grinders, you're going to love this. So, say for example, I have my main player, all the clubs leveled up. You're going to create another player. You're going to go to that player's golf bag, and those clubs going to be level 0. Level 1, they start. Yes. Although my main player, Ryan Gamer, has fittings, has leveled up clubs, when you create another player, the golf bag resets. Each player has their own club progression. So you have to re-grind and re-level up the clubs for each character that you play as. And here's the thing. So say you unlock a cool club set from the career mode sponsors, or you buy it in the store. You're like, okay, let's then... I already have a leveled up club, but let's switch to a different brand. So for this driver here, so say I leveled it up all the way. I just want to change the appearance. So I unlock a new club set. Then I'm going to say, okay, I want to change to this Titleist GT4. It has a completely different stat and experience level. each brand, each different cosmetic brand that you have or buy in the shop, some clubs in the shop or in the clubhouse pass actually start already leveled up. So above the core leveled into the emerald or higher. So when you change brands that isn't an already leveled up golf club, well, you gotta regrind that club. So I think we're going to see a lot of players playing with the default 2K clubs that they started on, because early game, you don't want to buy clubs, you just want to spin VC. As you can see, that's why I don't have any of the different club brands. And once I level up these 2K clubs, I'm probably not going to want to level up another club for a while. Now, some are going to like that grind, others are not, because really, if you have a club leveled up, you have a +6 fitting boost because you've leveled up the club twice with Evo tools. You don't want to change unless that club has a big boost. And some of them, they said they're going to release more clubs, I remember in one of the trailers at a later time. So they're going to release like special editions of clubs. And my guess, those clubs are going to have probably bigger stat boosts later on. And you're going to be able to upgrade clubs more. But that is how the system works. So the game does not glitch when you change to a different club brand. It's a different club with a different level. You have to regrind to level up each brand of club and each specific category of club specifically. Driver levels up the driver. All woods level up together. All hybrids level up together. All irons level up together. All wedges level up together. The putter levels up together. And then here we go to the golf ball spot. There's been some great changes in the golf balls. No longer do the golf balls affect the speed of the greens. There are 3 primary stats the golf ball affects: spin, flight, and forgiveness. Now, when you level up the ball, don't you worry when you see that screen right there saying +2, +4, +6, +8, +10. When you see that, you're like, oh no, you're going to be able to boost that by that much if you activate all of them? No. One slot can be activated at a time with the golf ball. And the consumable golf ball is going to be either for spin, flight, or forgiveness. You have different consumable golf balls that are still consumed after each round. Now, I will say that the 3 primary stats they have now, I like better than having all the stats from the last game. The golf balls were very unbalanced in the last game, especially how they affected the speeds of the greens. Spin will lead to more spin on the shot. Flight cuts through the wind a little bit. That's what flight does. Forgiveness is very useful, but you think of golf balls in real life. Golf balls make a big difference, and this, in my opinion, is a more realistic system. But what happens when you level up a golf ball to level 5, you unlock one slot that boosts 10. So say I put in a forgiveness golf ball here. That would mean that it would boost 10 once I have that to level 5. Now, you can then evolution that ball, and it's going to further increase those stats. But say I switch to a Titleist Pro V1 that you can buy in the shop, you can earn balls in the career mode. Well, yes, you have to regain experience to level up that golf ball again. I have to mention that is how the system works. But honestly, I like the way they did the golf balls this time. I just wish they were not consumed after each round personally. Because, I mean, you can see I have tons of golf balls, so it might not be a big problem for me. I earned a lot, and I got some in the starter pack as well. But I don't think it's going to be as huge of a deal as it was in 2K23, because it doesn't affect the green speed. So you can't turn very fast greens into slow greens anymore. So I like that. Now, you are going to generate more spin, cut through the wind, and add more forgiveness. But I honestly prefer this system way over the last game. I need to spend more time in them to see how much flight impacts and how much spin impacts. But personally, I like the system so far, and we'll see how it plays out. So yeah, in summary, there are 3 different things you can do on the screen. You can upgrade each different category of clubs: driver, woods, hybrids, irons, wedges, putter, golf ball. You can change the brands, which will then change the level. Each brand has a separate level, and each category of clubs has a separate level. And you can also replace clubs to customize what clubs you're carrying in your golf bag, and you can customize each different loadout. I hope that was helpful. In my Ultimate Beginner Guides, I always want to fully dive in to these systems. It has been completely revamped, and I wanted to go through it slow for you all and really show you everything about the system and give you tips along the way. Do not waste your fittings. That is the biggest tip I can give. Wait till you evolution the tool at least once, maybe twice, and then start applying those fittings. You're going to regret spending those fittings. Okay, so this concludes episode 2 of my Ultimate Beginner's Guide series in PGA Tour 2K25. I will see you in episode 3, where I dive into the new Evo swing and show you all some tips on how to start to master it and learn it. It is very difficult, it takes a lot of practice, but I think that video will be very helpful to you all. In that video, I'll also do a basic overview of shot shaping as well. Then after that, in episode 4, probably my favorite episode in this series is the putting tutorial. You will learn a lot in that putting tutorial. I will show you 3 different approaches to putting, including the way I used to putt, the way I putt now, and also much more. So stay tuned for that one. And I do want to go ahead and give you all a heads up. Make sure you watch that putting tutorial to the end, because you're going to get a lot of great tips at the end of that episode on playing on different green speeds. It's very important to watch those last 10 minutes along, honestly, with the entire video. I go through multiple examples. It's a lot of fun. But next up, Evo swing. Check the playlist down in the description to see if episode 3 is already live. And as always, have a fantastic day, everybody.